Greetings, fans. Now, as I stated in my last video on the subject, my zombie survival kit was not yet complete. Thing is about survival kits, you always want to have them changing to better suit the needs of what you have are going to be doing. And as mine is a zombie apocalypse, you want your kit to be able to get you through the worst you can, which is why I'm going to be updating it a lot. Now, I actually did update it a while ago, but unfortunately, that video was lost. So, without further ado, let's get started on showing you my zombie survival kit. But first, the main part is, this is the first thing that you'll see. My cold steel Brooklyn Crusher with an added duct tape handle that I put on myself. Primary weapon. You don't keep this in your kit. You keep it on you, in your hand, or in a sheath or something, so that you can easily get this out of. Because if you keep it in your kit, you're gonna have to open your kit, get it out, and then get ready to fight. Before whatever is attacking you gets able to attack you, which realistically isn't going to be impossible, especially with zombies. They're slow, but they're not that slow. Now, let's check out the rest of the kit. It's hard to sit. That's hard to sit down. Right, now, here we have my zombie survival kit. Now, first thing you're going to notice is this canteen right here. It's an aluminum canteen, single layer, meaning it can be used for boiling water. It also has a cup in it, but ultimately it's more of a thing to be able to hold the canteen. It's connected to this part right here with a carabiner, and that's pretty much it. Now, this strap right here, it's really just a headband, but I use it as a strap to keep the kit, the parts of the kit from falling apart. Now, here we have the most prominent thing on the outside of the kit, my machete. All in all, say it's about 20 inches long. Steel. Very sharp. I sharpened it quite a lot. Actually, I think this might not be my machete. I might have falsely mistaken it for my brother's. Either way, the sheath has a belt loop, so if I wanted to, I could just take it out of the kit and put it on my belt, which I will do in the apocalypse, because as a quick access to a weapon that's will be easier to use than the machete. Now, I prefer blades as weapons, but this is also a very great tool. Moving on, also in this pocket we have my knife. Now, this is actually one of my main knives. It's a fixed blade knife, full tang handle, good pommel. Also works as a belt loop. Pretty good handle. More of a general tool than a weapon, but ultimately, what can I say? Now, it's a Gerber, and this is not sponsored, but while I'm not a big fan of Gerber's tools, because of their handles, this does not have one of those handles, so it's good. After that, we have my pocket knife. It's Tac Force. German surgical steel, made in America. It's 2 superpowers right there. And it has tigers on it to go with, and I like tigers. It's a symbol of the Shotokan Karate Do, my style. So I like having. Besides, this knife is as sharp as they come. Also in it, we have a stiletto. Now, it's not a normal one. a comb. Why do I have this here? Because it couldn't fit anywhere else in the kit. But also, being able to get stuff out of your hair can be pretty useful. And last thing in the pocket, we have a pair of gloves. Protect your hands, can allow you to get a better grip on things, but ultimately it's mostly for hand protection. It's good to have a good pair of gloves that you can get quickly, generally. Then on the other side, we have my wrist rocket slingshot and a pouch of ammo. Now my ammo of choice, steel pellets. Now, of course, it's the preferred ammo for most people, but with slingshots, you can fire most things. I just like to keep this thing of ammo with me so that I can use it as soon as necessary, if possible. As soon as possible, if necessary. And you never know. And these are very good. You can shoot with a good wrist rocket like this. You can shoot one of these through plated steel. Believe me, my grandpa used to tell me stories about how he would go to the train line, with his wrist rocket and some steel pellets, and shoot holes through train cars. Believe me, these things are powerful. And of course, I got a couple bandanas. One is cotton, one is cheap, and I don't know what it's made of, but generally speaking, very useful. Bandanas have plenty of survival uses. Can be used as a face mask. Can be used, good for filtering water. To get before boiling it. It can be used as a cloth for cleaning, or things along those lines. And of course there are many other uses. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to pack up what I've opened up so far, just to make sure that it stays organized. Because if this gets disorganized, it's going to be very annoying to put it back together. Okay, now, with that in mind, let's check out the front of the kit. Now, in this pouch right here, we have 3 boxes of matches. Now these are straight from the box, so easily could get better matches, but I unfortunately did not have the funds to get better matches. Also, a pair of work gloves. As again, you need gloves, and there's a survival rule. 2 is 1, 1 is none. Make that as you will. Then here we have my lockpick set. You can easily get a better one, but this is mine. Being able to get through doors without having to break them would be invaluable. And since I don't own a crowbar, that is going to be very useful. Mostly because, one, crowbars, and this is a good alternative to crowbars too, because crowbars are heavy, expensive, take a lot of energy to use, and of course, while lockpick can't be used as a weapon, it's easily more concealable and manageable to hide on you at all times. Besides, if a person doesn't realize that it opens, to them it's just a piece of plastic. And, now, with that in mind, let's check out the inside. This first part right here. Okay, we have my first aid kit. If I have to explain to you why I have a first aid kit in here, that you're just a lost cause. My fishing kit. Now, fishing is a good source of food in the form of, fish, but ultimately, you can also use the fishing line as tripwire if necessary. Here we have my hygiene kit. Inside we got some standard stuff: shampoo, body wash, lotion, toothpaste, and a toothbrush. I did also have that comb I had in that pouch over there in it, but unfortunately I couldn't get it to fit in. Now, here we have 2 bundles of paracord. Now, the thing about paracord is, one strand of it can withstand up to 550 pounds of force. It has 7 inner strands, so basically, if you unravel all of it and take out the strands, you have 7 times as much cord as you did. Certainly not going to be as strong, but you'll have a lot of cord. Next, right here, we have a secondary bag. I could easily just replace this with something that could be more useful, but ultimately, you're gonna want to have an emergency thing. You're gonna want to have another bag to carry stuff in. Otherwise, you're gonna be relying on having this with you. Now, right here, we have some emergency firewood. Now, this is a 2x4 that I cut up. Now, it's pine, but and while I'm not a fan of pine for making things, you don't need strong wood to make a fire. Now, it's pieces of a 2x4, and as that is kiln dried, it is very hard, easy to light. Now, the last thing I have in this part of the kit is a leather vest. Now, the reason I have this is basic body armor. It's not going to protect against most things, but it can provide some basic protection for some of the more life-threatening things. Now, it protects your stomach and part of your stomach and chest, but also it just makes you look cool, really. It can provide some basic protection, if worse comes to worse, you can boil it and eat it. Or you could use that to make better body armor. You could use to make better body armor. You could cut into strips to make a rope, and you could use it to make better. You could use it cut into strips to make rope. Or other various things. Now, we're gonna keep, as we're doing a kit, we're going to keep putting stuff back in as we go. Now, I just forgot, in this pouch right here, we have a few things. Now, we have 2 sharpening stones and a knife sharpener. Now, we gotta keep our blades sharp, otherwise they're just useless pieces of steel. And if something's useless, we don't keep it in. Let's pack this back up. Now, this part right here is probably the most annoying to pack. We're going to do it like this for a second. Okay, I'm just going to pack this up later. Probably going to edit this part of the video. Now, on the main part of the kit, first thing we have is the baseball cap. It's adjustable, has parts on the inside which you can use for storing basic items like razor blades, and it's US Army, and camouflage. They can't shoot you in the head if they can't see your head. Now, we also have a belt. Always good to have one of those. And we have a trash bag. Trash bags have many uses. Although I don't remember putting that in my kit. Now here we have my fire kit. It has some general things in it. More of that spare firewood I had in the front part of my kit. Some dryer lint, matches, and of course a couple of lighters. it's a good idea to always have have a way to start a fire. I recommend having 3 methods of starting a fire in your pit, but I don't have any other methods, so after that we have a box of nails, and a nail is poking through it. So, with that in mind, box of nails. If you're going to be making anything, you're doing any repairs, or even just basic modifications to a place, you're going to need the tools to do it, and nails are going to be important for it. Now, screws would be more effective, but you need more tools to use the screws. After that, we have a poncho. Now, this is actually made of the same material as Mylar blankets, so not only do you have a way of keeping dry, but you have a way of keeping warm. After that, we have this. What is this? Well, it's a bunch of stuff inside a camp cup. We have 2 sporks. This one, which is plastic, and spoons, fork, and a knife. But we also have this one. It's a spork, also plastic, but this is made by K-Bar, so of course, there's a knife. Now, it's by no means sharp, but it's serrated to the point of where it can cut plenty of stuff. It's more of a novelty item, but it can be quite useful. And then we have, in the cup, 3 boxes of matches. Always keep more fire starters. And, of course, a bunch of packets of sugar. And here we have a couple waterproof containers of salt. Salt has many survival uses, but generally speaking, it's mostly going to be used for food or things along those lines. Other than that, we have one second, it's hard to get them all out. A fistful of cough drops. 7. And then a couple more waterproof containers of salt. I would have done those earlier, but I forgot that I had them. Then we have a couple suckers, a lemon, and what I think is a watermelon. I also had a cherry, but I think someone stole that from my kit. We also have 2 more cough drops. And a bandana. Again, this is not nearly as good as the one in there, but it still serves some of the same purposes as bandana. And finally, in this cup, we have 2 packets of ramen seasoning, chicken flavor. I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain that. And of course, this is a camp cup. It can be used for boiling water, cooking food, and other things along those lines. After that, we have a few changes of underwear. I would have also put some socks in it, but I didn't have any packets of those. Then, a copy of The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Now you see, I recommend keeping a book in your bag at all times, but unfortunately, most of my books wouldn't fit or were impractical to carry. But this was actually the only one I had that would have been practical to carry and serves a good survival purpose. Also, it's just a fun read. Then we have part of the kit that a lot of people probably came here for: the tools. Of course, we have a hammer. This is actually the first tool I got. It's a hammer. I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain the premise of a hammer to you. But also, it coincides with the nails. I'll give you one guess how. So, it's a hammer. Now, I could probably get something lighter for the kit, but ultimately, I don't have the money to get one. I also have a paracord whip. Now, this is actually a homemade weapon. It's pretty effective if you actually know what you're doing, And if you don't, like I do, then you'll probably just end up doing what I did and slicing your hand open. And worst case scenario, you can just unravel it and use it as more cordage. Then, of course, we have a hatchet. Now, this one actually taped off the blade to make sure that it doesn't cut anything in the kit. But take off the tape, and it is incredibly sharp. Yeah, it's mostly a tool for collecting firewood, but it can still be a weapon. And backside is a bludgeoning object. Now, this is made of some pretty cheap steel, but this handle's made of American hickory. Pretty solid handle, pretty solid head, pretty solid axe. I just realized I say pretty solid a lot. Then we have another packet of sugar. How does this keep happening? Oh, and also a thing of aspirin. I think that might have fallen out of my first aid kit. Then, of course, we have my e-tool. Now, all of you who've watched my video on my weapons collection or any of my survival kit videos, know this e-tool is my favorite thing in my weapons collection. I need to do some maintenance on it to fix it because the bolts got too tight, making it a lot harder to actually collapse and uncollapse. But ultimately, it's a great tool. It's made of it was made in China and it's made of pretty cheap steel, but it's a great weapon. Great, and it's a great tool. There's a saw blade right here. It's a shovel, so you can use it as a shovel. It's a weapon. You can use it as a weapon, and if you need to, you can use it to chop wood. Ultimately, and of course, as it is collapsible, it's easy to keep in your kit, or if you have really big pockets in one of your pockets. Yes, that goes to you, Legend of Zelda players. I'm going to hand this off to my assistant real quick. Okay, he's not really an assistant, he's really just my editor. Yes, I got an editor. My next video is going to look way better than this one. And, of course, the last thing in my tools part is my folding saw. It's for sawing things and processing firewood. Ultimately, it's pretty simple. It's better than carrying around a normal saw because it takes up less space and since it folds on itself, it's less likely to cut anything. But this one can definitely use some maintenance. I'll do that as soon as I figure out how to do that. Now, with that in mind, final part of the kit, we have a blanket. Now this is fleece, meaning and as you know, with fleece, it's waterproof. Basically, it's a good option. It's lightweight, it's cheap, and as long as you roll it like I do, it takes up minimal space. Only problem is it's not as effective as a sleeping bag. Only problem with sleeping bags though is that they are very expensive, and none of the cheaper options that would have been in my budget actually would be able to fit in the kit. So ultimately, this is my sleeping option. Now, this kit can easily use some work. I mean, I don't have any methods of water purification other than the bandanas and matches. Well, fire. Filtering water and then boiling it. I don't really have anything for shelter other than a trash bag and a poncho, and I don't even remember putting this trash bag in there. So, I also don't have any food in it other than these packets of ramen seasoning and the sugar. So obviously the kit can use some work, and once I upgrade the kit, I will make another video. So until then, I want you all to put in the comments down below what you think I could what do you think I should do to upgrade my kit, any ways you think I can improve it, what do you think I should get for my kit, and, more importantly, what kind of weapons do you think I should have for the zombie apocalypse? Or what upgrade do you think it could do to my Brooklyn Crusher? Because so far, duct tape handle's a pretty good upgrade. Now, this doesn't include anything like putting nails in it, because that would just make it a worse weapon. So with that in mind, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and share. Share it a lot. Please. My channel is not doing so good. But with that in mind, this is Randoman, signing off.